Wow, it's been a minute since we've done this, and, well, we as in me, because no one else is fucking here, but, you know, we got this baby, so quality isn't going to be absolutely garbage, and, I'm going to try to do this every week, but, at the same time, if you go back to some of my other YouTube videos, I said I'm going to be making these crazy schedules, but I think this is doable. It's something I actually like doing. So, we'll see. Might get some people on here, as in, like, my brother and other people. Not like anyone interesting. Fuck you, Nolan. Piece of shit. Just kidding. He's not watching this, because he's an asshole. Just kidding. But, yeah, it's Christmas break, and I'm pumped I don't have to go to fucking school. My last day, I had a substitute for gym. Imagine, like, you know, sometimes, you know, you're just not feeling it. You're not having a good day. Just think, wow, I could be a sub for a gym class. There's one thing, right? Okay. There's one thing being a teacher, okay? Because most teachers are garbage. But the ones that are good, like, good for you, you know? That's why I don't mind coming to school. Well, I hate school, but those are the teachers that really help me get through it. But most teachers are shitty, and I'd hate to be them, because they suck, you know? But imagine being a substitute. Are you kidding me? That sounds fucking awful. You get absolutely no respect. And why is it substitutes? Like, 80% of substitutes that are old men. Like, you say, yo, dude, could I go to the bathroom? Or, like, can I go to the bathroom? And they're like, I don't know, can you? It's like, I just want to, like, scream at them. Like, I'm not asking if I can literally fucking piss on the floor right now. I'm asking if I can go to the fucking location of the bathroom, which I need your fucking permission for some reason. Even though you have the authority of fucking a pig or some shit, you're fucking worthless. Jeez. Well, you're not worthless, but you have zero authority. Absolutely none. I could rip off the pube and it'd have more authority than a fucking substitute. But a substitute for a gym teacher? Now, some people say, oh, you're a gym teacher, like, fuck you, like, wow, you, like, that'd be such an easy job, and, like, I mean, yeah, it'd suck, but, like, I don't know. I feel like if you decide to be a gym teacher, I feel like you're gonna like your job. Just for the sole reason that, I don't know, I mean, doesn't it kind of sound slightly appealing? Like, it's so easy, and if you enjoy sports and stuff like that, I mean, like, personally, I wouldn't want to be a gym teacher, but I could see, I'm not quite sure if it pays different than a normal teacher, but if it doesn't, then, like, good for them. I mean, that seems fucking awesome. But yeah, most substitutes are fucking absolutely insane. Like, there's this one sub, she was claiming how sorry, I'm just trying to fucking put on something. I'm a fucking retard, and I thought I had it prepared, and I didn't. It's fine though. Anyways, there was this one sub that for some reason she thought she had this, like, super authority, and she claimed that she had, like, this Harvard degree. Huh? So freshman in my school, you need, I think it's 2 art credits, basically just a semester of something of art, and I took ceramics. She was subbing for fucking ceramics, and this bitch was claiming that she had a degree from Harvard. Okay. Either good job and you're a fucking idiot, or you're just lying to fucking freshman students in high school. Either way, bravo. This lady is a fucking, don't dare me say it, cunt. Whoa. What's even so wrong with that word? I don't even get it. I'm kind of bouncing around, but, like, not trying to sound, like, insensitive or something, but, like, I mean, like, I'd never say it to, like, someone's face, or, like, my mom or something. Or, like, but I wouldn't swear at my mom in the first place. But, like, I don't get it, man. There's no, like, I mean, there probably are, but, like, does it matter? I mean, I get the N-word. I don't get the F-word. I don't get that. I get if there were negative connotations in the past, but, like, still, like, come on. Like, you got all your rights and shit. Like, really, brother? You, like, can't I just say a funny word? But anyway, she was a cunt. Dare me say it. Dare me say it. Whoa, watch out. Like, some kid, like, dropped a ruler or something, and she's like, no throwing. It's like, dude, he dropped a fucking... I mean, like, granted, like, the kids in my class were, like, you have retarded, and then you have some of the kids in my grade. Like, it's actually insane. There were times, like, I don't know why, there's this kid, and he said shit like, you're out, and, like, boopity bop, like, just, it was never funny. I don't understand how people thought it was funny, but everyone fucking loved it. There were days when I just needed to go home. I'd have fucking headaches. These kids pissed me off so much. Every single one of them. If you're one of those kids, you are one of those kids, I fucking hate you. I hate you. No, I'm just playing. But it was really fucking annoying. And I don't think how that was funny. I hate jokes like that. They just aren't funny. And people find them funny, if that makes sense. Someone says something, someone finds it funny, and it's just like... What? Are you okay? Because I feel like that happens a lot. And I have the same reaction for fucking New Year's resolutions. There's 365 days in a year. And you're telling me to make a change in your life, in your everything, you wait to the reset button? Why? I don't understand the waiting. People do it with everything. Someone makes a change. It's a Thursday. They're like, oh, I'm gonna do this, but I'll start next Monday. Why? Why can't you start that day or the day after even? At most. Look, what is stopping you? Nothing. You just don't want to do it because it's gonna be fucking hard. Fucking grow up. It's fucking sad. It's gonna be terrible. It's going to be awful. It's gonna be fucking terrible. January 1st at the fucking gym. I'm gonna rip my nuts off. No, I'm just gonna piss on the floor like a dog and just mark my territory so no one fucking takes my weights and shit. Cause I might have said this in my last podcast, but I'm switching gyms right as I turn 16 because I go to a Y, and it's either an old folks home or it's a fucking daycare. It's both. It's a spectrum, but at the same time, it's not a spectrum. The kids are either fucking 12 or they're fucking 120. There's, like, this gap is just a jump. It's just a jump. It's just a jump. There's nothing else. 12 or 120. Which one is it? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Both fucking suck. Both just waste space. It's fucking stupid. It pisses me off. And it's not gonna be so much the 12-year-olds. January 1st, it's gonna be the moms. It's gonna be invasion of the moms, and maybe they might bring their kids. But I'm gonna do a head count next week because it's, what day is it? 28th next week. It'll be math. It'll be in next year. We'll be in next year, and yeah, I'm gonna want to fucking kill myself. Because it's already bad now. Like, so the way it is it's like, they loosen the rules up a little bit. So now I think you have to be 13, maybe 14. So, like, there's a decent amount of people. And it's not very big. It's really not. It's on the smaller side. And it's just so many old people, dude. And, like, oh my god. It just reeks of death. It's fucking gross. But when I turn 16, I'm switching to a new gym where it's, I don't know, I've been there a couple times. It's super nice. I can't wait. It's a little bit closer to my house, too, which is going to be sweet. But yeah, back to the whole New Year's resolution things. Like, I don't understand. Like, even making a change on a Thursday and waiting till next Monday pisses me off. But, like, waiting to the end of the year, and that's not even the worst part. Like, I might make a resolution, like Christmas. Like, I just got this keyboard. I used to play piano a little bit, and I want to get back into it. I want to learn it. That's not so much a New Year's resolution as much as I'm going to learn the piano. And I'm starting now. You know what I mean? I'm not waiting to the first for some fucking reason. New year, new me. No. You still fucking suck, Gerald. You still have your fucking porn addiction. Your fucking parents are dead. You suck. It's the same you. Sorry. But, yeah. There's, like, for example, when I first got a PC, I'm into video games and stuff. You know, it wasn't very good, and I upgraded, and I thought everything was going to change once I upgraded. Same with the piano, actually. You know, you get something new, and you're, like, so excited, you're so excited. And it's great. I'm not dissing either of these things. I love them. But it can't change everything for you. And it's the same thing with the new year. The new year comes. Guess what? The ball drops. That's it. There's nothing more. There's literally nothing else. Time is literally just a continuum. Time doesn't give a fuck when the new year starts. Because think, fucking Jupiter and all the other fucking planets that are across, you know, their years are shorter and longer. They don't give a fuck. In a couple hundred years, if we're fucking still alive. Wait. Hold up. Sorry for jumping around, but let's say a couple hundred years, you know, we get all this shit figured out. We're on Mars. Because what a year is, I'm pretty sure. I'm not the best at science, especially since this shit I learned in like 3rd grade. But I'm pretty sure a year is like when it goes all the way around the sun, right? So, and the planets are spaced out like this, right? So, you know, we got Earth and we got like Mars. So won't Mars take longer? Won't the year be longer from when it goes to the start point? Are we gonna... How's that gonna work, huh? How's that gonna work? Okay, I don't know if this is professional or not, but this isn't a fucking professional piece of shit, so... How long is a year in Mars? 687 days. How is that gonna work? With the bullshit New Year's resolutions, huh? Are we gonna wait 687 days to do shit? Or are we gonna go off Earth? Maybe we go off Earth and then another 100 years, people get accustomed to that year. I don't know. How are the months going to work? How long are the months? Is the weeks the same? Because how are the seasons going to work? Are there even seasons? Because it's so far away from the sun. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm turning away because people told me I shouldn't do the water thing. Sorry, bitch. But anyways, that's another thing I want to talk about. Like, you know, there's this kid, I'm not going to say any names, he made these super shitty videos, but I think he put effort in, which is good, and he got fucking ripped on for it. Like, the kid got bullied. I mean, he's fine, he's the type of kid that doesn't really care, which is good, but, you know, it's kind of nice to, like, make these videos and shit, and not get shit on, but to actually get, like, people saying, like, nice video. Like, there's this one kid, he said, what'd he say? He said he looked at my channel, he saw it, and he was like, oh no. It was actually the podcast, the latest one. Well, second latest, I guess, from like a month ago or whatever, how long ago it was. And he's like, I thought it was gonna be bad, but it was actually like funny. And I was like, you know, wow, like, damn. Because there hasn't been the whole kid that I know that's like, how do you actually won? But still, that most kids, like, they make YouTube channels and they're just fucking garbage. And, you know, I don't post that often, but when I do, I try and make the videos good, but, you know, it's whatever. And just back to the whole fitness thing, like, there's so many people I follow on Instagram, and, like, there's this one guy in particular, his name's Jeff_fitness, and, check him out so you guys know what I'm talking about, because I'm not gonna fucking post a picture on here or whatever, and it's just, man, it's so bad, dude. Like, there's bodybuilders, right, that, like, compete, and they're not always blasting how they're natty and shit, but, like, this guy, like, he attempts to, like, take pride in being natty, and it's like, dude, you're just clearly not natty, like, I'm sorry, like, there's just no way, and, like, there's comments that, like, dude, like, great physique, man. The steroids are really kicking in and shit like that. And, like, he's just like, ha ha ha, like, or like, there's no disputing it. Look him up. Like, there's just no way. Especially since of how, he went on a bulk right before. Like, I first started following him on a bulk, because he is funny. And, yeah, he started cutting down, but, like, he didn't lose any muscle mass, and at the same time, he was still gaining muscle mass, and he cut down to, like, a retarded low body fat, and it was like, dude, like, that's just not possible. And he kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger and dropping weight. It was like, huh? Like, that's just not possible. It just boggles my mind how people, like, personally, like, in my whole journey, I'll never, at least I think, at this point, I'll never take steroids, just because it just fucks with your body way too much, and, like, people literally fucking died. I'm not trying to die from getting retarded amount of gains. Like, that just sounds stupid. But, I mean, it is tempting, because I don't want to get into that. But, anyways, there's so many people that, like, my opinion is, I don't care if you do it as long as you just are open about it, you know what I mean? And it's not like if you do steroids, you don't have to work hard. You know, if there's an natty guy here, and his effort is at the same level, you know, there might be a guy who's at the same level, but his effort might be here. But the guy who's the natty guy that's here, right? And the steroid guy's here, his effort might still be here. Like, he's still working hard. You can't not work hard, but it's just that the product, the result, the yield is just much higher, if that makes sense. You still have to work hard. You know what I mean? It's not like you take steroids and boom, you're fucking chilling, you're fucking massive. No, it doesn't work that way. But it's just the shitty thing is most people, because it's so taboo, like, just no one wants to admit to it. And it's not like, I don't know, man. It's just dumb, because there's so many people, like, calling out other people for it, and it's like, it's just this disgusting thing, and it creates, like, all this garbage body image stuff, like, people following them, and people thinking, oh my god, like, if people can look like this, like, why can't I, and, like, I gotta work harder, and, like, I'm not getting the results I wanted, like, and comparing themselves to these people who they think they can achieve the same thing naturally, when it's just literally impossible. Guys like David Lade, like, if you think that guy's natty, then I don't even know, man. Like, sure, he has great genes. He has great genes. 2, he seems like a hard worker. But 3, it's also the steroids, you know? Even if you take steroids, like... And there's also guys like Matt Ogus who, you know, I'm not going to call him out for steroids because it's not super blatant, but he could possibly just be cycling through to make it look like he's, you know, maybe natty and stuff like that. Which kind of sucks at the same time because, you know, you watch these guys and they're obviously putting in hard work, but the natty guys are too. And it's just like, why am I not yielding the same results? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? What are they doing? And it's fucking steroids, but they're cycling on and off, so it's believable. And it's just this confusing shit. And it's just like, it's fucked up, man. Because there's these people that are so, like, self-conscious. You just look in comments and you're like, wow, man, like, I wish I could look like you. I'm, like, on the grind. Hopefully I can one day. And they don't realize that it's just not possible without steroids. It's just not. You know, it's literally impossible. You look at the strong men and they're fucking big, right? And I'm not very familiar with that, but I don't think most of them do steroids because with steroids, at least the ones I'm not even super well versed. It's pretty easy to identify people that are, but there's some that just make your heart beat extra fast and shit. So it's easier to, you know, maintain muscle. It does other stuff like. It maintains muscle, but it's constantly burning fat, so you can't gain as much weight. So, you know, you look at the strong men, and they're super, super strong, but they don't look super cut and lean. So, it's stuff like that, and then people call them fat, and it's like, dude, this kid could fucking lift your house up, you fucking piece of shit. And it's just, I don't know, man. It's just a very touchy situation, like, not situation, but just, like, yeah, it's a touchy situation in general because there are very few people that admit to doing steroids, so it's like, who's doing what, who's doing this, and it's super hard, not only to not just like keep track of, like everyone cares, but it's just like, why can't you be honest? People think they need to make a name for themselves, so they resort to that, and like, most people most likely resort to it is because, they plateau, and they just want to get bigger, because that's what they've been doing for years, and they're mad that, people they're working just as hard as other people, and they're not getting as far. And it's just fucked up, because it's especially the whole body image thing, because so many people are oblivious. So many people, they get into lifting, they get into working out, and they start looking stuff up, and the people they find are these people who, are making most likely quality content, but what end up happening is they're on steroids, or they're on something that's not natural, and the people try and follow in their footsteps and take their advice, and maybe it works a little bit, but it's not going to work as much as they thought, and they're like, why can't I do this? What is wrong with me? Like, what's wrong with me that I can't do what other people are doing all around me? Why am I so different? Why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? Why blah, blah, blah? And just a super good example is that Jeff_fitness guy. You really should look at him, because he has this program where, one, programs are super, I don't know, the program, it's like an ebook or something. I don't know, I might check it out just to see what's inside, and maybe I can talk about it a little bit. It's not custom made, and working out, it's like, some things just aren't going to work for you, There's so many different factors, like injuries, there's some people that believe blood type comes into play, allergies, this, that, the other, and if you buy this book, none of that doesn't count. So it's like, I don't know, and he always has, like, people posting. He always posts people saying, like, yo, that workout was, like, killer and stuff, like, blah, 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 this, that. It's just like, I don't know, man. In my opinion, it's just super fucked up. I don't know, man. It's just hard to talk about, too, because, you just want to fucking shred these guys, but you can't, because it's not confirmed, and you're not trying to. But that Jeff Fitness guy's fucked up, man. I'll still follow him and stuff, whatever, but it's just like, really, dude? Like, what's your point? Like, what are you trying to do? I get you're trying to make your money and stuff, but, like, is it worth it? Like, is it really worth it? I don't know, man. I don't know. Other podcasts I've been listening to a little bit. For a while, I'm a big fan of Cody Ko. Big fan. And Noel Miller. So, naturally, I'll listen to their podcast. Tiny Meat Gang. 1 second. Fucking delicious. And, yeah, that's good. They talk about random shit. It's fucking late. Pretty late. It's only fucking like 11 something, but I don't know. I got up early. Fucking finished Driver's Ed today, so I'm kind of tired. Anyways, their podcast's good. They talk about random shit. But something they do, in which sometimes it doesn't bother me. I listen on Spotify, so maybe on YouTube or wherever it is. They have visuals and they put stuff on the screen, but sometimes I don't know exactly what they're talking about, which kind of bothers me. But I saw this thing in a comment section, actually, and it was this fucking psychopath, and I'll read it out. And it was just, this guy was just, his name's Publican Peace 1, and the video is Men Are Better Than Women, a Woman's Reaction, which is basically, it's a video about, this guy going up to women and saying, what are women better than men at? And they say, well, blah, 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 this, blah, 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 that, like, making them sit, whatever. And they say, what are men better at than women? And they go, Anyways, this guy said, my question is, why did women over the last 100 years somehow come to interpret their lower physical strength? For example, what Christianity and many other religions call as the weaker vessel, he's talking about women, as some kind of negative taboo thing. Huh? Wait. Why would one want... I don't understand. Just to unpack that, as some fucking freak teacher say. Actually, my fucking social studies teacher says that, and I fucking love that dude. That dude's fucking awesome. First period, you know, I'm not looking forward to the day. Boom. Boom. Gets me all fucking hyped up. Not in some weird gay way, though. Just to clarify. Anyways, the guy says, shouldn't they be instead feel happy that men are strong enough to physically or metaphorically carry them, and that this should be an adorable thing? Okay, I mean, maybe. No balanced man thinks of women's lower physical strength in some pejorative manner. And I think that basically means in like a bad way. Actually, this is the very thing that sparks a man's biological gynocentric protective instinct towards females. Of course, men should keep that in check and not be a knight for women who wouldn't care for them, but that's a different story. What gynocentric means is basically it's like a feminist point of view. So like protective instinct, yeah, that makes sense. So, but at the same time, I guess that's okay. The thing is, person that actually made the video pinned that comment, which I found interesting. And someone said, I couldn't agree, like blah blah blah. And some girl, which actually seems kind of rational, said, you're highlighting one crazy chick and pretending all women think this way. Also, the way you manospherians, which is basically the counterpiece to like feminism, you know, like feminism believes in like, you know, supporting women. The manospherians believe in like supporting men, stuff like that, and masculinity, all that stuff. And he said, in a way you manospherians talk to women since I've interacted with you several times already, resurrecting old tropes and myth. I wonder how women ever got defensive about their nature. I think that last line is kind of sarcastic. And what I find interesting about this is that, you know, she kind of did call him out, and it really made sense. Like, I mean, it is science that men are physically stronger than women. I mean, sure, emotionally, women are probably stronger, and maybe even pain threshold, but I don't want to get into that because I don't really know anything about that. But, and then to scroll down, this guy said, why are you still doing exactly what I pointed out to you and you know is wrong? You spoke with me exactly one previous comment section and behaved in a subhuman manner. And he said, further, current dating market is broken. Current committed relationship associated legal system is broken. I do not want single men take huge risks in the current broken system. I do not want men to get left out in a broken dating market. I don't even know what he means by that. Is he talking about the whole like in a way like rape accusations, like girls just making rape accusations and it going through? I think that must mean what he's talking about. If a single woman exhibits non-relationship values, the man should either walk away or enjoy a casual fling with her. No party gets harmed, and if they have sex, both parties enjoy something. That makes sense. If, however, a woman is a commitment-worthy woman, the man should politely state that he completely not commit to her because the legal system is heavily anti-male, and then he should politely say goodbye and walk away. It is sad, but it is what it is. The man is not to blame, and neither is the woman. What? The system is... So he said, if a woman is a commitment-worthy woman, so she's worthy of commitment, you shouldn't commit to her because the system is what? Fucking system, dude. Like, I'm not some super feminist. I mean, I do believe there are some things wrong, but at the same time, I do believe, you know, like, I don't know. I would never consider myself a feminist, but I do believe in some of the things they say. Very few, but I feel like at the same time, a lot of the things that are highlighted about them, about like the feminist logic, is the times where they're irrational, which is a good bit of time. But at the same time, they do have some good points, but that's never highlighted because the people that post that on YouTube, that's not their agenda, if that makes sense. Which, I mean, personally, I haven't found videos of that. But, I mean, it's obvious there are some problems, and that's okay. You know, it's conflict like this that gets fucking resolved. Think of a fucking movie, you know? There's conflict, boom, gets resolved, end of movie.
So we're just waiting for the end of the movie, I guess. And he also said, okay, this is where I really want to talk about it. And he said, okay, here we go. Whew. A single man should have his own liberty to use a sex robot for sake of sexual release and simulation of affection exchange. Because current dating market and current committed relationship path both are broken. Dating market? Is he saying, like, there's just a bunch of whales that's on the dating market or some shit? What do you say? Current committed relationship path. Okay, buddy. And also because those single men who are genetically disadvantaged also need it. Oh, so he's basically ugly fucks need release and affection. I don't know. We have this glorious thing called hands. Fucking. Wait, which way pointing? That way? Fucking peep the tissues, dog. That's a fucking sexual release and simulation of affection exchange. And now he further says, my points A and B do not mean that in marriages, relationship already exists, the woman is a good partner, the man should become a terrible monster. I come across, I mean, this is, the guy is just talking about current relationships here, brainwash, be humble, the wives are good, and who loves their wives. I hope that despite your feral cat behavior, you have the intelligence to learn, and this guy loves bolding weird words, to learn how to be a softer, sweeter version of yourself. Maybe someday I'll come across from better behavior from you, but until then, if you talk trash to me, I will respond in kind if I feel like it. And I do not like seeking you attention unless the focus of your post is positive statements about your man, his glorious masculinity, and your soft femininity in your relationship. What, man? There's just something else he's like, dude. It's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. And she further responds as, I'm not seeking you out. Unfortunately, we run the same internet circles as you do. The right wing used to be a much better place. Also, feel free to actually answer my reply to your comment on Rush's video. Since you didn't, I'm not asserting falsehoods. Yeah, so I wouldn't felt being physically weaker was taboo. You're the one asserting falsehoods. I replied, they don't. I think you must be genuinely autistic to assume I'm seeking you out. You were the pinned comment on a video, and I happen to interact with you also on a Rush this past week video. This past week. Okay, that is some grammatical errors and like fucking word order. I don't know. Her name's Beth Alrian, so she might be foreign. And he said, Lamau, I'm not seeking you out. You're still not able to understand humility and manners while lacking reading comprehension. Sad, but predictable in women in this day and age. I mean, she wasn't. She just replied to your fucking comment, dude. Like, to actually answer my reply on your comment, I did. Check your vision, okay? And he keeps responding to every quote from that. You're the one asserting falsehoods. You say non-stuff like tropes and myth and conflate all men of the manosphere into one convenient monster / boogeyman cluster. That's a false century. So basically what he's saying is he's talking about the group that he kind of identifies with as a manosphere, which I said earlier is basically the opposite of feminism, protecting masculinity and stuff like that. And I mean, I doubt all manospherians or whatever. I mean, I might even consider myself one in this convenient monster boogeyman cluster, but at the same time, it's kind of hypocritical of him because that's what he's doing. He's sounding like an idiot. He's just using these big words, and he's actually wrong. This chick is right. This girl's actually right here, which, I don't know. I was talking about earlier how... Oh, fuck. Well, okay. Okay, I'm fucking it up now. Anyways, now I have to get back where we were. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. So back what we're talking about is
that the girl's right here. And I was talking about earlier how, you know, all the feminist videos are this, that, and the other about them just making themselves seem like idiots. And they do. They do a really good job of making themselves look like fucking retards. But this fucking chick, I don't know if she's a feminist or not, but she's right here. This dude's fucking wrong. He sounds like an idiot. You can inflate all the manosphere, like you literally just did here with women. You do it with women incessantly, especially. She's right. She just said exactly what I said. And then he responds as, one is observable statistical majority for decades, the other is observable statistical minority at the moment. False equivalence just looks really, really bad. No, she's right. I mean, she's not talking about like men and women here. She's talking about this specific instance where he's wrong, and a specific instance of what he said, and he's wrong again. And then he also further said, forget about the manosphere for the moment. Do you have anything positive to say what a good relationship should be? And I really want to find where he said, where does he respond again? Fuck, man, I can't find it now. I'm just talking about nothing. Anyways, he basically said, like, stop seeking me out. I mean, he must have deleted the comment, actually. Which is kind of weird, because this guy's super confident what he's saying. But anyways, what he was saying is, he was saying, stop giving me all this attention. If I can remember right, he said, if you should have a man, and if you do, you should only talk with other men about your man. I was like, what, dude? What kind of segregation shit is that? Like, not segregation, obviously, but like, what kind of like, what are you talking about, dude? You can't talk to someone of the other gender unless you're talking about your fucking significant other. Are you retarded? Like, oh man, I actually want to look at this. I mean, it's funny because the guy's name is Progress and Peace, which is weird. Channels about July 20th, 16. Anyways, that's about it. So basically, we talked about New Year's resolutions, substitutes, the gym, and that weird little thing on YouTube, which hopefully I went over well. Hopefully this video isn't horrible, but it's gonna be it. I don't know what I'm gonna title this video because I don't really like the title of this podcast. I'm actually gonna extend it a little bit. What am I gonna talk about? I don't know, but something I've been having trouble with is sleep. Actually, just like my whole life, I've had like never been like a super big like very like issue on the foreground, you know, but it's always been like just a slight issue where it's like sometimes I just can't fall asleep. Once I'm asleep, well, I'm asleep. I don't wake up. I'll wake up at like 8 in the morning, but like I won't wake up in the middle of the night. You know what I mean? Like I'll just like sleep and wake up in the morning. I don't have little individual little breaks, which is nice. So once I fall asleep, I'm good. But the only thing falling asleep is good. And I was actually listening to the Joe Rogan Experience with like the I think his name's Matthew Walker. He's like a neuroscience, which I don't really completely understand what that is because the whole time they're talking about sleep, which is interesting. I'm not saying not, but I think he specializes in sleep or something like that. I'm not quite sure. I've listened to about 30 something minutes of it, and it's good. It's really good. I like it. And you know, Joe Rogan's big. He's a man of culture. He loves weed. You know, like any other dude. Well, not any other dude, but like a lot of people. And he was talking about that, and like how when you're smoking it, like, you know, you skip out on REM cycle, which that's like rapid eye movement or some shit. And that's basically when you're in the deep state of sleep. And that's basically when like muscle repair is, so it's super important. And like a lot of people are like nowadays, like actually since like in the past, like I think it was 30 or 40 years, or maybe even 100 years, I don't remember, like 20% of our sleep is lost. Like people just don't sleep as much because everything's so busy and all that. and like he was talking about all the effects. I think it's episode number 1109, not 1109, and it's super interesting. And like, yeah, like if you smoke weed, like if you go to bed, because like a lot of like insomniacs and stuff like that, like people that can't sleep, they smoke weed and they lose out on the REM cycle, which is like, it's basically the most important part, the most important stage. He was talking about how the other stages are important, but that's the most important. And which I thought was interesting, because sometimes if I need to go to bed, I just use my brother's pen a little bit and I'd fall asleep like a little baby. But apparently, which is important for me, because sometimes I'd wake up sore because my muscles wouldn't repair after I broke the micro tissue from working out, which kind of sucked, because now I'm kind of in a pickle. Like, I can't fall asleep, but if I do fall asleep, the result is I might be a little sore, or I might feel still half asleep because I didn't get that necessity. And he was actually talking about, someone that I think a pinned comment is timestamps. If you don't know what that means, basically as times, you can just click on it and it says like da-da-da, like this is what this is what that is, like go to 30 minutes and he's talking about this, etc. So, and which I thought was interesting, he said if you don't get enough sleep, 30 to 40%, your athletic performance decreases about 30 to 40%. And actually, he was talking about like practice doesn't make perfect, like practice and then sleep makes perfect. Like once you practice, you won't get the result until you sleep, which I thought was really interesting, especially for anything, even fucking video games and shit. Like I just thought it was super cool. And he was actually talking about, like, the first thing to talk about was how he slept in a hotel. The Matthew Walker guy, the neuroscientist, he was saying something along the lines of, there's something about hotels that it's an unfamiliar place, so you don't get a deep sleep, or I'm not quite sure. Fuck, I can't remember, and I sound like a retard. But I just thought it was super weird, because I sometimes when I used to play baseball, I'd go on these tournaments and I'd sleep for a long time, but I just felt like shit. Not like shit, I just felt so tired. Just so tired. And I'm wondering, what if like musicians on tour and like they sleep on a tour bus for like prolonged months? Would that be considered a familiar space, or would it be considered not familiar, if that makes sense? Because you're in the same bus, but you're always moving around in different locations. I don't know. It's something to think about. But, yeah, back to the schedule. No idea what I'm going to change this to. We're up to, we'll try and make it around 45 minutes. We're at the 43-minute mark around. And just a nice even number. I have fucking weird OCD. Like, it's not even OCD. It's, like, very certain things. Like, I'll see, it's like grammatical type errors that like piss me off, and like other small shit. Like, I'll see something that's out of place, and something that bothers me is litter. I can't stand littering. I just can't. I don't understand the point of it. Just don't litter. It pisses me the fuck off. Just don't fucking litter, dude. Like, I work at Market Basket, and sometimes I'm doing carts and shit, and I see some trash on the ground, I'm like, oh, I'll pick it up. The grossest thing I had to pick up was a half-eaten banana, because I'm like, now thinking of it, I probably should have just left it. But I was like, I got it, man, I got it. There's no animals, it's in the middle of a parking lot, no one's gonna eat it. It's just gonna get even grosser, I'll just throw it away. It's fucking disgusting. And, I got HIV from it, which fucking sucks. I'm gonna die now. I'm just kidding, nothing happened, but, what could have had HIV, like, at some point, or something happened. There was a fucking dirty condom, and I hate littering so much to the point where I was contemplating picking it up and throwing it away. I didn't, but I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it. I really was. I'm serious. Which is, I don't know if it's like, go me, like, saving the earth one piece of trash at a time, or like I need to save myself one idea at a time. And that one idea is just not picking up dirty condoms ever. And I think I'll stick with that one, because the other one, you know, it sounds good, but, you know, if we put that rule in place, oh, there's also a dirty tampon as well. Not next to it, different occasion, but didn't pick that one up either, just to clarify. But anyways, yeah, I have no idea what I have no idea what I'm gonna title this, even, because I don't like the title, words, etc. That's like, you know, I consider myself a decently creative person, but when it comes to naming shit, I'm just fucking terrible. Like, I'm really bad at it. So, to all the 2 people that watch this, drop what you think I should be titled, you know? And whatever I think is best, you know, I might put it as. And I don't know when this is even. I want this to either go up tonight or tomorrow. As in Friday the 28th or Saturday the 29th. So if you see this way later, just know that I didn't stick to my word, as I usually do on this channel. See ya, and I hope you have a fucking terrible day.